I'm a 17-year-old dropout, and I recently just spent a week in Miami with 7 and 8-figure agency owners. And a lot of them you probably know, like this guy and this guy and this guy. So in this video, I'm going to be recapping the top lessons I learned while spending time with the top guys in the smma space. One of the things I realized while I was out there, which I wish I would have wrapped my head around a lot sooner so I could actually be progressing further, is the fact that these guys like Joel Kaplan and Tony Lee and other guys that I've looked up to and kind of pedestalized a bit because I see them, doing 100K a month plus on social media, is the fact that there's literally nothing special about them. I was expecting to go out there and meet them and have some great epiphany that's gonna open my eyes and give me all the info I need, which I'll talk about a little bit later on. But really the big epiphany was realizing that they're just like me and there's nothing special about these guys. 99% of them don't have some 200 IQ or some Einstein prodigy level way of thinking. They simply just do what needs to be done. And leading into the next thing I learned and kind of realized while I was out there is the fact that myself and probably most of you have all the info we need to start making money and even get to 10, 20, 30K a month plus. For the longest time, and I'm just now coming out of this because I just realized it on the trip, I was always searching for more info or the right piece of info or the magical video on YouTube that was going to help me blow up my agency right away, so I'd keep procrastinating actually doing the revenue generating activities within the agency. So day in and day out, I've literally watched probably hundreds of hours of YouTube videos and hundreds of hours of courses, but haven't taken much action when I literally have all the info I need to bare minimum get to 10K a month. And honestly, as long as you've been in the space for a minute, it's probably the same for you. Now, of course, if you've hit a hurdle along the way or you need an answer to a specific question that will actually help you progress further along, then that's a bit different. But just scouring for more and more info is just a way to procrastinate, actually put in the work in so you can start seeing results. And the thing that really made me realize that I have most of the info I need, at least to get to stage one, that 5, 10K a month mark, is that all these guys that I talked to that were there, they were talking about how they got there or beyond that threshold, were saying exactly what I already had in my head. Now, like I mentioned in the beginning, the guys at the top focus on what needs to be done and they get it done regardless. And that's why they're actually winning. They aren't doing any of the bullshit tasks like creating a business plan or a website or worrying about fulfillment in the beginning when they have no clients to fulfill for. They focus only on revenue generating activities because literally nothing else matters. If it's not going to make you money within your business, why are you doing it? And that's apart from personal life, of course, but in your business, if you're doing anything other than revenue generating activities, what are you doing? And for most of you and myself, that means literally just setting and closing a shit ton of appointments. Now, along my journey, seeing people like Tony Lee and dozens of others popping up and starting to see success or wins super quickly and getting to 10K a month, their first month, second month, third month, or even just 6 months in, which is a fantastic timeline. Kind of bringing it back to the start again, I was thinking that there was something special about them, but the reason that they were able to do it is because they were focusing on what mattered and they were acting quickly, which brings me into my next point. Speed is literally one of the most important things. Now, growing up, I was always taught to be proactive and to think ahead and to plan and to make sure everything is prepared, and that became a part of my identity. But what I learned from Joel Kaplan, from investing into Agency Lab and being on the team, as well as the people that I met while in Miami, you have to do first, get things done, and then fix it. These guys didn't get to their 10K months in 6 months because they sat there planning for 5 months and then took action on the 6th. They got to 10K a month in 6 months because for 5 months, they were throwing shit at the wall and seeing what stuck and fixing it along the way as fast as possible. This brings me on to probably the most important thing to learn early on in your entrepreneurship journey, whether you're in the agency space or not, is you need to invest in yourself. You need to invest in learning as quickly as possible, saving your time, getting access to people that can help you along the way. By the way, I have literally nothing to sell you, no newsletter, no Discord group, literally nothing. I'm just making content and documenting my journey along the way. But this is still super, super important. Yes, there's a bunch of stuff on YouTube for free, and there's also a bunch of free courses, but investing in a coaching program or a mastermind is gonna save you so much time compared to having to scour the internet and scour YouTube for days, weeks, and months, compared to being able to get direct access either to content that you are directly looking for, information you're looking for, or getting direct access to somebody that's done what you're doing before and can help you one-on-one or in a group setting. Investing in myself and into Joel's program is what allowed me to meet all these 7 and 8 figure entrepreneurs, and even the people that are a little bit newer and at that 5 to 6 figure mark, which I was still able to learn a lot from and make great connections with, because without me investing into the program, I wouldn't have been able to go out to Miami. I haven't made a video in a pretty long time, so I hope you were still able to pull some value from this. I'm personally on a mission to document my entrepreneurial journey from the beginning, that in the future, 5-10 years from now, when I've achieved a lot of what I want to achieve, I can show the process that helped get me there and help people along the way.